Setting a financial policy is, there's a lot of things to a financial policy, and one of the most important things about a financial policy is that you know it, it's it's like public information. It needs to be available. I can't tell you the number of times I've gone to a, a doctor's office and they want you to sign a pad, signing off on the HIPAA authorization, signing off on the financial policy, but you can't read anything. You can't see what it is. You don't really know what you're signing. Normally people would never sign off on that type of thing without reading it, but in a physician's office, that folks do it. And I think that's a real big mistake when you get into financial policy. And the reason is that first of all, it's really not fair to have a financial policy that someone doesn't really know what they're signing on to. And it's one of those things in today's society. It's not a lot of folks love confrontation. But I think the idea is that you got to be upfront about these things, and if you're upfront about what the rules and regulations of getting service at my business, my practice, my medical practice, what that is all about is, that folks understand. So they're not surprised. They're not surprised when they get a bill. They're not surprised when they, leave the office and they get and they, get words from from your front desk person that says, geez, you owe, $189 and, I've got these many different ways to pay. Well, that would have been really nice to know before the patient went back and got the service. So, look, people really want to be treated fairly, I think. And, look, it's not just about the medical care. It's about the idea that, you want them back. In like any customer, you want the customer to come back. Okay. So we want the patient to come back for service. We don't want them to be irritated or annoyed, especially after their first visit, which can be, they could be in a situation where, maybe they got some bad news and, we don't need to make it worse, out, trying to collect that money at the front desk. So